Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Dreaming Sarah, and thank you for watching. Dreaming Sarah is a adventure puzzle game, guys, with a little bit of platforming elements here and there throughout the game. The game itself is very trippy, guys. It's a very surreal game. There's some haunting imagery here and a lot of beautiful artwork. Now, the soundtrack alone just about makes this game worth buying, guys. It's very well done. It's beautiful to listen to, and it complements the game very well. Throw in some haunting imagery and that beautiful, pixel artwork I was talking about with some interesting puzzles, and you've got a really great game here, guys. It released on Steam March 2015. It was developed by Anthony Septim and Andre Silva and published by Asteristic Game Studio. You can go ahead and get Dreaming Sarah on Steam or Desura or some other places for $5.99. I really like that price, guys. Why? Well, while Dreaming Sarah is a piece of art, guys, and it's really fun to play, it can be beaten within about an hour and a half, which sounds kind of short, but guys, trust me when I say that the price that you're paying for is the journey here, the beautiful artwork, the interesting puzzles, the kind of interpretive art that you're going to be kind of dealing with here. And I know that's a weird thing to say is interpretive art, because it is a bit of a game that is a little bit open to interpretation. There's a lot of things here that are strange, that aren't really explained, and you're kind of left to kind of figure it out for yourself. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the options, of course, guys. There really isn't much to speak of in the options. There's a full screen. There really isn't any resolution control. It just snaps to your native resolution. You have some graphics quality control. I think you can basically set it between high and low. You have some sound sliders, some language. You do have some rebindable keys here. You do have, which is really nice. And the game also says it features full controller support. I would say that's more partial controller support, as my Logitech controller wasn't at all detected at all. So I would say, again, if you have an Xbox controller, you're probably good, but just make sure that your controller will work with this game. Mine certainly didn't, but that's okay. I'm not gonna hold it against it, because to be honest with you, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're trying to make these really tight jumps in the platforming aspect of this game, so it's not that big of a deal. So there's also like a statistics screen. As you can see, I've played the game to about 85% completion, which I'm a little bit baffled by, because I have actually beaten the game. Which means that there's something out there that I have not discovered yet. There's something in this game I have not found yet. As you can tell, it says Secrets Found 5. I've gotten all the achievements in this game. Yes, this game, of course, does feature a whole host of Steamy goodness, Steam cards, Steam achievements, all that good kind of stuff, guys. We're just going to load up into the game right here. That music is so amazing in this game. So the game basically kind of starts off without a single explanation. If you're looking for something with a narrative, you're not really going to get it here. You get more of a narrative through the imagery in this game, trying to move through the puzzles, move through the areas, and discover what's going on. Now, there's a whole host of items here in the game, and this is actually near the end of the game, because the reason I'm going to show you the end of the game is because everything's already unlocked, but I don't have to actually show you how to get there. You still have to figure out how to do it yourself. And I think that's going to be the best thing for this game, because getting through the game is the pleasurable experience of this game, guys. So as you can see, very minimalistic UI, very minimalistic kind of art style too. It's very pixel graphics, very adorable. You only have a couple buttons that you can press. You have your jump button, and it does make that noise. And that is one thing I will say, that jump noise did eventually get grating on my ears. I wish it was like a little bit less pronounced, that beep, beep, but that's not a big deal. I'm not going to hold that against the game. You also have an interact button, which is your X button. You can also press down the space bar to equip one of your several items. Now, all these items have a point. I'm not going to get into it. They're all very important. Some of them you will gain, some of them are hard to find, but each of them has a point to kind of moving forward through the game. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or sorry, 7 items total. And each of them has their own different uses and all that stuff. You can also, I do believe, hit the enter button, and that'll actually take you to the main screen where it shows you all the items that you have collected in the game. You can kind of flip around through them and all that good kind of stuff. Again, some of these are a little bit spoilerific. I don't want to show them off too terribly much. You can access the options menu again from here, and you can also save your progress in the game if you need to, come back to it, obviously. So let's start exploring. Let's start walking around. Let's start looking at the kind of the art of this beautiful game here, guys. Like I said, there's little minor elements of platforming here. Nothing too terribly demanding. This isn't a Mario game. You're like, oh, I need to figure out how to platform. One thing this game is full of is freaking secrets. Now, I'm going to show you something really quick right here. There is secrets all over this game. That is a anchor that will actually take you to another area in the game. It's really neat. That I really enjoy about this game is that there's secrets all over the place. And they're just littered throughout the entire game. You never knew that they were there. You just kind of walked over them and you're like, oh, well, there's a friggin' secret I didn't know about. And the game is just really, it's all about kind of like a Metroidvania. You kind of unlock items that allow you to get deeper into other areas that you couldn't get deeper into before. For instance, you can get like an item that shrinks you and lets you kind of go through little cracks in the door. You get seeds that basically create like this little wind spout thing that allows you to kind of climb to higher spots. Some of the items have limited uses. Some of the items have like many uses. Like the umbrella by far probably has the most uses in this game. Let's just go start checking out some random areas here. You can start checking out this just really gorgeous pixel art, guys. One of the really cool things about this game is that there's glasses that kind of reveal secrets to you. And when I first walked into this and I put on the glasses, I was like, holy crap, that creeped me out. And it's just, I don't know what those are. I don't even know what those represent. And that's one thing that is really awesome about Dreaming Sarah, guys. There is a lot of this game is open to interpretation. Yes, there is a little bit of story, and if you kind of pay attention, you get an idea of what was going on. Excuse me. I mean, it's not really that hard to figure out what's going on. But at the same time, there's a lot of other things in the game that aren't really ever explained, is the best way I can say it. It's just, they're just left to your interpretation to figure out what the hell were you looking at, what the hell just happened, kind of essentially. And it's just very strange but beautiful, haunting images, guys. I would almost borderline say that, you know, this is somewhere along the lines of gamer art. There is a game here, and the puzzle elements are really fun. Getting to different areas is very well done. It does a good job of kind of leading you. If you kind of use your logics, you kind of can figure things out and move from one area to the next. It's not, I did get stuck occasionally. Only once or twice did I ever actually get stuck, though. But look at that, guys. This just freaks me out. The game, when I played it, it gave me the heebie-jeebies. It did a really good job of that. And it kind of did freak me out sometimes about what the hell I was looking at, or what I saw, or what happened in the game. It has a lot of imagery that is just strange, but beautiful at the same time. Like I said, it is a really good job of, you know, perhaps showing what a dream really would look like if we could wander through our psyche and just explore around for a while. It really does a good job of kind of showing you that. To the point where it kind of freaked me out sometimes, depending on what was going on. Just the things I would see. It's not necessarily, you know, gore-filled. It's not horrific, even though there is some scenes that kind of there is some scary scenes in the game. But it's more of just the best way to describe it, just it weirds you out, it creeps you out, and then you're trying to figure out what's going on, why this is happening. For instance, we're in a clock right now, very Mario-esque, by the way. And then it gets weirder and weirder as you move forward. And sometimes you need to use the fact that there's kind of like this infinite falling aspect to your advantage. Oh man, I fell right where I wanted to fall through. Gosh dang it. Okay, we'll try that again. Okay, we're gonna try that again. Did I fall correctly? This fall was always tricky for me. I think I missed it. Gosh dang it all. I think I totally missed it. Alright, that's fine. We're gonna float this way. And then we're gonna start falling. There we go. We should be able to get there now. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to Papa. No? Not gonna give it to me, huh? Like I said, the music really just complements the entire game. Right now I'm kind of infinitely falling. Gosh dang it. Okay, that's fine. We'll just go to the other area. That area was very difficult to reach, to be honest with you. It was tricky. And like I said, there is a lot of exploration to be done here. If you don't enjoy exploration games, if you don't like kind of figuring things out and using your logic, sometimes, you know, experimenting with certain aspects, this might not be the game for you, because there is a lot of experimentation to be done here. There's a lot of what the hell logic was there to figure that out. Well, sometimes there isn't always logic to figure things out. Sometimes you just kind of have to just wing it, essentially. But most of the time, the game does a really good job of kind of helping you figure things out. It's just one of the many areas where you kind of have to explore around as a fish, for instance. There's a lot of strangeness in the game like this, guys. There's mines everywhere, which is also hilarious. Let me see if I can show you this particular scene right here. Up there is. Again, I don't know what that was. That was a body floating in the water. It turns everything red. Why that happened, I don't know, guys. It's never really explained what that represents. It's just, it kind of leaves it to your imagination to kind of figure out what the hell all this really means. I really like that aspect. We're going to flush ourselves. And now we're in some other place. Yes, we are. Look at that. That freaked me out. First time, I was like, what the hell? Why am I in the mirror? Oh, dear God. I'm not going to explain to you what happened here, but this is, like I said, some of the disturbing imagery. Everyone in this club, which is what this is dead. Why? I don't know. They died. It was strange, to say the least. We're in some sort of weird sponge land, and there's a guy here that looks like a rock or an orange or something. I saw what you did. So, like I said, there's just some characters that you'll meet again, like this guy. You kind of run into him a couple times while going throughout the entire game here, guys. And there's just, like I said, a lot of just gorgeous imagery, a lot of great music in this game, guys. Like I said, the soundtrack alone just about makes this game worth it. As far as the game's length goes, yes, it is a bit of a short game. You will get through the puzzles. Even if you need a guide, it's going to maybe take you at the most, and I'm stretching it big time, about 3 hours to beat the game. I would say you could probably beat the game on average 2 hours. 3 if you really don't use a guide and you kind of want to stubbornly figure things out for yourself. 3 at the most. Beyond that, it's not really going to, take you that much longer. And the game, well, it doesn't really have much replay value because it's it's an adventure game. It's about the imagery, it's about the story, it's about, getting from point A to point B and seeing all these kind of fantastical and wonderful things. So once you've seen it, it necessarily doesn't have all that much replay value to it, unless you want to go through all the puzzles again, or if you feel like there's something you may have missed, which is also very possible. Like I said, it says I've only completed the game 85%, but I feel like I've explored every nook and cranny of this game. I don't really know what's left to explore, but again, there's just certain things that, well, let me give you an example. Like this thing right up here, this fan shit thing up here. I talked to this girl. She says this plant is weird. I don't know what I have to do to interact with this plant here. I don't know what exactly it does. I don't know what it's for. It could be something I missed. It could be something that I have not figured out how to use yet, for that matter. Putting on the glasses doesn't do anything. There's a lot of secrets hidden throughout the game, and that's one thing I really like about the game. There's a lot of exploration. There's a lot of, don't be afraid to kind of screw around and try things, backtrack, see if you can find something once you unlock a new item. And I like that about the game quite a bit. So let's talk about the last thing about this game. Aside from the beautiful artwork, the graphics are fantastic, the puzzles are fun, steamy goodness, all that good kind of stuff, guys. Let's talk about the end of the game. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I would never do that. But here's what I will say. The end is as much as what you would expect from this type of game. Is the best way I can describe it. You're going to kind of go, huh? And then that's basically the end, kind of. That is the best way I can describe it, guys. I know that's a little strange, but that's kind of the way it is. That's just the way it is. It's just the ending is, it starts the way it ends, kind of. It just, boom, So was the ending unsatisfying? No, absolutely not. I'm not going to say the ending was unsatisfying. What I'm going to say is that if you're looking for, again, that narrative, you kind of get it, but you kind of don't. There's really never an explanation. It's just things were the way they were, and it's up to you to kind of interpret it. kind of like the weird ending of Inception in a way, guys. There is a definitive ending here, but again, it's kind of left for you to discover. The only thing I'm going to put in this particular video is as a spoiler. I'm going to go ahead right now. Spoiler warning, if you don't want to know more about the story, you probably want to click away at this point. But I'm going to show you one little spoiler just to kind of whet your appetite, get you kind of like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? I'm going to show you this one thing, which is right here. That right there. When I saw that, I was like, what the shit is that? Yes, that is Sarah right there on the ground. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why, but when I first encountered it, I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand what I had found at that point. And there's a couple of questions I still have that I don't have an answer to. And that's kind of the beauty, that's kind of the fun of Dreaming Sarah, guys. It's a beautiful game, really good puzzles, lots of gorgeous artwork here. This is just kind of like a little bit of what to expect from this game, guys. There's a lot of other areas. There's like a cave, there's like a ghostly mansion. There's a lot of coolness to be seen in this game. Coolness, but about art to be seen in this game, I should say, not coolness. But that's kind of everything I have to say about Dreaming Sarah, guys. It's a really fun game. And it's definitely worth the price, even though it's kind of short. For that soundtrack alone, and for the beautiful pixel work and those really fun puzzles, guys. It's a game that I started playing, and it drove me all the way to the end. I didn't want to stop. And that's what I love about Dreaming Sarah. That's what I liked about Dreaming Sarah. And I think you'll feel the same way, too, if you get this game yourself, guys. So I just want to say big thanks to the developer and publisher for a chance to check out this title. Thank you for watching, creepy bone bird dudes. I don't know what the hell that was. Remember to subscribe and share, guys, and I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up that tip jar if you're feeling generous of heart. All tips go to improving the channel or future giveaways. Till next time, guys, play more indie games.